whoever gets home first starts the meal. Some days that may be him, some days that may be me. He was raised to cook, clean, and everything like a woman does.
Clean
Um,
like wow.
so
But that's
yes,
not
he will
all.
wash clothes. He will, but I do the
So
majority. That's what I love to. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's
I
not
have
that I
my
have to because he's there to help me, but I do the majority of it because as a woman, it makes me feel good to do those things. But I
so
also have
so basically what
him
you're
as
saying
that
is
support.
he's actually helping you, so he's actually being a wife as well.
No, no, it's not being a wife as well. It's just like I don't know how you guys were raised, if it was a mom and a dad, but it's just like the men take care of the outside, they take care of the cars, they take care
Right?
of,
The men are supposed to protect and
grass and doing things like that.
they're
right.
supposed to, that's their function to protect and provide. When you're in the role of watching after the children, they're going outside of what they're naturally supposed to do. They're not supposed
Who
to be
made
they're not supposed to be helping watch the children. That's what the women are for, and that's why it's important to raise children in a village-like setting, because the women who are in that community are supposed to be nurturing and taking care of the children, while the man is supposed to protect and provide.
hmm and all of that worked good back um in the olden days. It
And,
worked good. You, you
and
you get
Well,
you get what I'm
you
saying, because there
right
was
now,
a lot of
you're
children,
actually right
and
now you're
those children
saying,
were had to help.
and
You get
you
me?
are actually right now playing the role of a man by going out and working, because your job
Oh,
is to nurture the children.
nurture the
Right
house.
now you have to split up because of society that we're in. You have to go outside and be a man now. You have to go and protect and provide and get money.
And also the system is raising your children. You're not raising your children. You
That's
you
true.
are all at work, working a 9 to 5, a job, and your children are in school, being educated by the system and being educated by white supremacy, technology.
Because once you
no,
go
they're
to work,
homeschooled. Actually, they're here. I work from home.
but
They work from home. See, what happens is
how are you paying
what
attention to them and you're working? Even if you are at home, your
yes.
attention focus is not on them. Right?
Yes, we're all here together in the living room.
No, no,
I
I
actually could turn my
yes,
camera around and show
I mean
you. So
like
they're at their desk
no, I
and
mean
I'm
like
at my
when you have
desk,
children.
and we're all right here together.
I mean like when you have children, you have to watch their minds. You have to be there correcting them. You have to be there nurturing them,
Exactly.
paying attention.
Exactly.
How are you able to do that if you're paying attention to your work?
Like I said, my kids are 17, 15,
So I'm
and
not talking. Well,
12.
I
But
have.
when they were younger, let me, no, no, because you're not letting me explain. Okay, so let me explain my side because we all can't talk at one time and hear each other.
That's a fact.
So when my children were younger, as far as like infants, they came all 2 years apart, right? Work. I did not work. I stayed home with my children. See, what happens is it's like we live in a society where we can have teachings and we can have things that we believe in, but we also live in a real world. And if you're the only one that believes this way, say for instance, you were the only one that believed this, it's hard to teach someone else around you that, hey guys, this is what we should be doing. Yes, I strongly believe it takes a community to raise children. So when I started back into the work world, I had my grandmother who was there to help, but as far as doing it your way, no, I have not done it that way. And I'm not saying that my way is right and your way is wrong. What happens is I understand where you're coming from, and I want you to understand where I'm coming from as well. You don't have to agree with it.
Yes,
But there has been many times that I've said, I wish I could clone myself. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, it
right.
would be good to have another one of me
So you can
beside
be
me that thinks like me, can move like me,
back.
can get things done like me. Yes, that would be beautiful.
Hmm.
But the thing is, once you have been raised and taught a certain way and living in a world that works
Yeah.
that way,
Hmm.
How you
And
raise,
you get what I'm saying?
and you know what?
So that's why I say I applaud you guys.
Right. And you know what? I want to talk about something that you had said. You said when you're living in the real world, you had said the real world, speaking of society as the real world. And it's that perspective
Hmm.
that that society or that system is what is actual and what is factual when it's really going against what is real, what is authentic and
Hmm.
what is true and what is natural. So that's what we are here. That's why, you see our names. We got the nature in the jungle, because we believe going back to your natural state,
hmm
coming out of
Hmm.
that world is actually what is fake. We're coming out of that world, coming back to what's real. So that
Hmm.
perspective right there
And you
has to
know,
shift
And it
for
has to
even to
start
be able to
hmm
somewhere.
live like this. Because if you love nature, if you love what's natural, what's really real, then you're gonna do things that promote that, which is raising your children in a village, which is coming back to understanding that men are polygamous by nature, and that
hmm
they're gonna have multiple women. And they want to reproduce themselves. They have to. It's their genetics. It's their biological makeup. All of those things that make you change your perspective about, okay, this is what's real. I could live in a fake world and just act like you said. I could wish that I was cloned and wish that I could have help, or wish
hmm
that my husband didn't have to do all the help me with all the children duties and all of that. But that's because you're living in an unnatural world. That's why you have that perspective. Like you
hmm
said, it's what
and it's like I
we've been
understand
raised that
both.
way. We've been
Yeah.
raised that way. And it's just
hmm
like we have to reprogram ourselves because that's not real. But we've been programmed
hmm
to believe that that's what's really real. And so that's
And
what the
I
Most High Tree Baba G teaches us is like, no, come back to reality. Like he breaks down
hmm
reality for what it truly is, and that's what we have. This mind, this understanding that no, that's not what reality is. This is what it is. And so that's why that's our perspective, and that's why we each have our own role to play, and bringing that natural order back to show humanity
Yeah.
this is how you actually supposed to be living,
Right. Because
hmm
we didn't
And
always,
some of
we
that
were
came when
always
I
jealous.
locked my
So,
hair. You start opening up to different ideas when I went natural and I cut my
right?
hair and I
y'all
started locking my hair. It
hmm
was like,
Mika,
you start researching natural stuff and then it leads you to a different opening or eye awakening. So that's why I say
I
I
have a question.
understand parts of it. Hmm.
I have a question. Do you live in your natural environment? Where you are in your living
Hmm.
situation, your living arrangements? Do you live in your natural environment?
I don't know as far as what natural environment you are referring to. Can you explain what you mean by natural environment?
Do do you think it's natural to live where? Do you think it's natural where you're living as a human being? Do you think it's natural in that society? Do you think it's a natural habitat for human beings to live in?
I would say yes, as far as what I think you're talking about. If there's anything else,
Do you believe
um,
Okay,
that you should be
okay. No
working,
further
that you
questions.
should always be away from your children? Do you feel like you have access to sources such as food and water that you can go outside and go to pick a fruit or go to a water source or
oh,
have
baby, no, no, no,
accessibility
no,
to be
no, 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 no,
self-sustainable?
no,
No.
no, no, no. And that's one of the things me and my husband was talking about, starting a garden and being, planting our own food and stuff like that. But no, this is not my environment. This is a
Yeah.
rented property, and I can't do all what I want to do with it. I wish I could turn my camera around to show you this big
Where you
backyard that I have,
beautiful?
but nothing
So,
out there is growing that I can eat.
Yeah. Where are you at?
Just space.
What state are
I
you
live in
at?
North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
it's very
You
big.
right by the coast,
Yeah.
girl. You can just go straight on down or whatever.
If I could, I would live by the water. I love, like, I'll
That's when
go
you
out there.
belong.
I find so
Maybe
much
you
peace
will.
outside. And I'm a Pisces. So, yeah, I love water. I love nature. I really do. And if I could start all over, like if I would have gotten this awakening, like I said, I believe it started when I, went natural. If I could have had that earlier in life, I probably would be living a different lifestyle
You still
At
today.
least you know
can.
that. At least you
Yeah,
But
know
when
we
that.
have
I
a,
talk to people around me, y'all, they think I'm crazy.
we have a question.
Yes.
So, do you think that if 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 this is a natural, if that's not your natural environment, then what is? What is it? Like the environment that you living in, what is it? Like if it's not your natural environment, what is it?
It is sometimes I feel like an assimilation,
Ooh,
like a robot.
the Matrix.
Like you're doing the same thing every day, the same
That's
way, the same
right.
time, the same place, the same
Realizing
thing.
now you have to change to
Yes,
live.
yes. I
Milka,
say
how
that
old
all
are
the
you?
time. I'm
How old are
38.
you?
I just turned 38
Oh,
in
my
March.
same. What's your age?
38.
Same. Me too. I'm 38 too, and I chose to do something different. So you keep speaking as
Mhm.
if it's something you could never do. You know, when you were
Yeah.
younger, you would do it, but you still can. You still are young, and you can still
Mhm.
move to the tropics. You can still do it. And I think you coming to Baba G and finding this live is just you on the path. So I think you should continue to tune in. And it's not something your life isn't over, and you're not old, and you can,
Yeah.
let go of attachments, and you can still move to the tropics. You can still do it.
Girl,
You're
I would
not
love.
old.
I'm
I'm
going to
38
Jamaica
too.
next year. I've been twice. We're going
Yeah, we
again
go to
next year.
vacation and then we go back
Yeah,
again.
sometimes I think
But
about not getting back on the boat. Like,
exactly, exactly,
just let me go over here and y'all will be calling my number and I'll be nowhere to be
exactly.
found.
Yeah, that's why I never vacation much because I'm like I'ma stay. I'm good. So, but you can still do it. You're not old at all.
Yeah.
You're not old. You and your
So,
husband, y'all can move to the
Mika,
tropics.
Yeah.
Mika, we have a question.
One more question.
Yes.
If you're not living
Let me
in your
use that
natural
voice.
environment, how are you properly able to have a natural family structure?
Um, Basically it's like I teach them everything that I've learned.
Mhm.
I'm probably too real with my kids sometimes, but we're very close. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those parents that I'm kind of overprotective. My kids never go spend the night with other people. And I give them everything that I got that I wish I would have got younger or earlier in
Yeah,
hopes that
you
they
can't
will
have,
find yes.
but you
And
can't
they
have
see a lot
natural
too
family
because they're
structure.
natural. When they went natural, they began to research like we're Christians, right? Raised, born Christian, church background, pastors, my grandfather, my grandmother, like, okay, you see where I'm going with this,
We
right?
understand.
Pastor
But,
So
Corey.
but if you
you
have,
understand where I'm coming from, right?
but if you
So
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have a natural family structure,
trying to break free of a lot of that
yeah.
stuff.
Mika,
that's
Yeah.
All about it.
Yeah.
Mika,
The real. What you say?
Yes.
What you say? Oh, she's frozen.
Next.
She
that
cried? Oh.
it's like if that environment is not able to have you have a natural family structure, then what are you teaching them? You just showed us your backyard and you said yourself that you can't you there's nothing out there to eat. So you're not teaching them anything natural. What you're really doing is indoctrinating them to that society again. So it's not really a change that's being made there.
which is literally perpetuating the generational curses that has been passed down to you. This is a program. So your children are gonna do the same thing that you've done as your parents did to you. And so it's a perpetual pattern. And so you have to break that pattern in order for anything to change in your life. So how are we gonna have a natural family structure when you are not living your natural environment? You have to answer that question.
She does know. She does know. She knows.
Yeah, you can't. You said you go to work. Husbands work. Everybody's working. Nobody's really.
So they don't understand the benefit of having multiple wives. Is the fact that it takes the pressure off of her.
Right.
If the man is working and he's paying the bills, and you're at home, just having that child and paying attention to that child to properly raise them, not putting them in front of a cell phone. They sitting in front of a cell phone all day, right? And putting them in front of a TV and putting them on a program on so that you can live your life too. So many adults are walking around and cannot dedicate themselves to the children that they have because they're too busy still living their life. When you have multiple wives, you have time to yourself and you can have time to take breaks and offer the children the proper attention they need because it takes a village to raise a child. The children always need to be tended to at all times. And when you have one woman, one man, you're really putting a lot of strain on yourself. It's not natural. These structures of our family are not natural. When you have children, children require a lot of attention. You say it's easy because y'all not really raising y'all kids. Y'all doing a shit job raising your kids, and all of us was raised up under the same bullshit, and society raised us. Our parents took care of us, but society raised us. The internet is raising your child. You see these kids, they got these devices in their face all day, every day, and they put the device on, sitting there in the device, and then they go try to live their life. They drop them off at their grandma's house, and the grandma put a device in their face or let them watch TV, and the TV is raising your child. The computer is raising your child. The iPad is raising your child. You are not there sitting with your child, giving it the proper attention. But if you have multiple wives, they can rotate to make sure that the child is always attended to and you can still handle your business and have your me time.
Men do the worldly duties. Oh, he helped me clean. He helped me cook. That's not a man's job. That's not his purpose.
And that's exactly what Baba G is here showing you by putting these dynamics together, showing you the proper way of how to build a family structure.
It takes a village. We were always polygamous in our indigenous state, in our natural state. We asked you, are you living in your natural environment? You said no. You're living in some kind of simulation. Right, you're living in white supremacy. No. White supremacy, it makes polygamy illegal so that they can keep control over you. We have to understand why polygamy is illegal. You understand? And raising your child in that systematic system is actually a detriment to the black family even growing to a nation, a true, real nation. So, polygamy has always been a way to raise the children properly, period. When a man wants to build legacy, when a man wants his children educated the way he wants them educated and programmed, you have to homeschool your children under curriculum of the government. The government still is programming your children under their curriculum. Even if you homeschool your child, you have to teach them under the regulations of your government. So it's still getting programmed to the government, not your knowledge. That's why a man needs to have his own knowledge and own understanding so that he can create his own nation, which is his own children. So what you have to understand, a lot of the people don't understand the natural way of forming our relationships properly. And this is just a fact. I'm gonna take the next caller.
I got muted just for saying that someone. Oh, hey y'all. But I got muted just for saying that girl must have blow dried her hair. I forgot to add the dry part, and it just looked like I said she blowed. So can I please get unmuted?
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, you can't get mad at us doing our job. If you know what I'm saying, you got kicked out. But you got to understand you was wrong.
Hey y'all, peace reflection.
Peace, God. Peace, God.
All right, y'all. So y'all look so beautiful. By the way, I just wanted to put that out there. Y'all all
wow.
look beautiful. Y'all, I gotta hurry up and go. I gotta go to school. See, this is Babylon stuff that be getting us so caught up. But I agree with what the
No,
lady was saying.
no
Like
one could.
Aya, she was trying to basically say like we have to conform. Like I want to be in a traffic so bad with y'all. Like I teach my daughter like the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I want to be there, but it's hard. We here in Babylon, y'all. We gotta conform a little bit. Like it's bad for us, and how we want to be financially. Like we have to conform, and it's sad as fuck, y'all. Like excuse my language, but
You
it's
saying a
bad.
whole bunch of excuses. Right.
It's bad, but look, Zoka, you know, cause I'll come to Zoka and I ask her questions and she'll answer me and she give me that light, she give me that truth, you know. But I guess I have a question, really for like Mama Aya and Mama Malia, like, cause y'all have kids or whatever in Babylon, and the structure that is being taught is crazy. Like, my daughter come to me asking me about history that I know is false. Like, it's false. It's horrible. Like, how do y'all feel with y'all kids being over there? And it's like they are being taught this Babylon stuff. If y'all could at any moment, would you bring your child over here to teach them that light, that knowledge that they need? You know, cause like it's hard. Like my baby
Hey,
come to me asking me questions about the book that's not true.
Aiko, that's your name, Aiko.
It's Aiko.
Aiko. The children, they belong to the fathers.
Y'all children. Y'all children.
No.
No, you are your father's child. You are
Definitely. I look just like the man.
your father. 23 chromosomes of your father. Your the father is the spark, and it gives life to the woman to bear the child. So you are your father's child. So we are those children. We are 23 chromosomes of those children. We didn't leave anyone.
Okay, I guess it's hard for Babylon mothers who are still in this environment to feel that way. So I guess I just wanted to say, like, if at any
And
moment.
then,
Go ahead.
are you with your baby father?
No, I am not. He was my high school sweetheart, and we broke up. And he's still in his child's life. We broke up mutually, and he's still in his child's life, like every
So
day.
if you guys broke up, then why isn't the child with his father?
Because my daughter needs me. She loves me, and I have a lot to give. I have a lot to teach her.
So
And he does too. And he does too, y'all. Like, he's there. We have to share her because he has a lot to give, and I do too. And I wouldn't dare take her from him, and he wouldn't dare take her from me because he knows my mind and he knows what I can teach my child.
Well, what we're saying is, if you're not going to be with that man, then the child belongs to the father.
Yeah, but what about that child's feeling? Because if I was to leave my daughter with her at that time, at the age that she has a mind, and she's gonna think that her mom doesn't love her, and that's not true. We are two capable adults who can co-parent, and it's no animosity, no fussing, no
Let
nothing.
me explain something. Let me explain something. Ayoka, let me explain something.
Aiko, Chief, how you
What's
doing?
going on? What's up? Let me explain something to you real quick, right? And it's very important that you understand this. See, we live in an unnatural environment. We relate to each other in an unnatural way. Our relationships structures are unnatural. So yes, you are in an unnatural situation with your baby father because you should not have a baby father. You understand
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? You should have never had a baby with that man, period. But because you live in an unnatural environment that doesn't educate you properly and family structure, you're the norm. What I'm saying to you is this. When a woman lays down with a man, she is giving that man's soul a body. He shoots his soul inside of you. You take that life force and you sustain it and make it into and give it a body. What I'm saying to you is you cannot not get along with your baby dad and not like your baby dad, yet feed his soul through your child. You're attached to the mothering, the attachment of something that you've taken care of for a certain amount of time, and that's the emotions of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? The true science of it is this: that child is its father. It belongs to its father. You had him for him. What I'm saying to you is, when you take care of a child for so long and not understand what your function is, then you have an unhealthy attachment and you're basing your feelings and emotions. What I'm saying is, if you break up with the father, the child should go to the father because it belongs to the father. But the society we live in gives the priority to the mother because they want to keep us divided. Check this out. Let me ask you a question. If your daughter, is it a daughter or a son?
I have a daughter.
Okay, if your daughter had to be with her father and he was the primary caretaker and he had custody of the child, do you think you would have did things to work it out in the relationship so that you wouldn't lose your daughter? It would promote that, right? You would think that it would promote that you would stay there because of your daughter, right?
Yeah, I would definitely have to think about that.
Right. You see how it's harder for you to leave him then? But that would keep the family together. See, this government knew if they give the child to the woman, it would split us up.
That's
It would
sad.
make it easier for us to walk away from each other. That's called societal structuring. They're controlling us that way. See, the child really belongs to the father. You would never leave. It would be harder for you to leave and break up your family if the father had custody and he had priority over that. Now I want you to think about that for a minute and think about how many single mothers it is and how easy for the woman to just walk away with a man's child and become a baby mother these days. Because that's an unnatural environment and an unnatural way of thinking. But if we were thinking naturally, the baby belongs to the father. And with the baby belonging to the father, the woman is less likely to leave the family. Because he has priority. You're not going to walk away naturally from your child. It would be rare. Families would still be together right now if you give priority to the man, which it belongs to the man. That's my point in case. Had you known that this child belonged to the man and give it to his father, you'd still be with the father because you would have to work it out. Your relationship would have to work something out, and you would be way more careful who you slept with. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand, society has structured it for us to be divide and conquer, for us to be divided. So when you say to these women right here, hey, what, don't you care about your children? What they are under the understanding that this child belongs to the husband or to the father, and Aya has given her child to the father because it belongs to him naturally, not by the laws of a society, but by the laws of nature in the universe. The child belongs to the father. Now she has met another man to reproduce him.
I guess I was saying, like, if they could, if they had the opportunity, those same children.
They would never take their children away from their fathers, is what they're saying to you. They would rather if they're not going to get along with that man, they would give the child to the father or the father's family. That's the natural course of it.
Right.
And if she finds another man, she reproduces for that other man a new family and a new structure. And you understand what I'm saying to you?
Absolutely. I guess I was just trying to say, like, how they feel about the kids being taught that
The kids are a motherly attachment. That's what they are. But they really belong. You see, you're only attached to your child because you've nursed and nurtured and got used to that attachment. The truth is that child is her father. That's her father. Doesn't she act like her father?
She acts like us both.
No, I'm asking you to. I know that's how you would like to see it, but you can clearly see his spirit inside of her.
Okay.
True or false? Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met your dad?
Yes, sir.
Do people tell you your daddy's child?
Yes, I have this man's face. I have his temper.
You are your daddy. You yourself,
Yes.
everybody listening to this right now, you are your father, in another dimension in time and space. You are your father. And if you go get to know your father, you'll realize that that's your past life. Your father is your past life.
Right.
Every one of you, every single one of you listening to my voice, you are your father's soul, and your father is your past life. Look at your dad to understand who you are. Your mother nursed you and gave you a body. So you honor your mother because she nourished your soul and nourished your father's soul. We honor the woman because she's the sustainer of all life. She sustains life. She nurses and nurtures it.
I actually have mommy issues. My mama abandoned me, so I'm very close to my dad. I'm very close to my dad's side of the family. My grandparents raised me.
What is mommy issues? Tell me what that means.
Well, I don't even want to character. I don't want to like
No,
label.
I'm not asking you what.
But
I'm not asking you about that. You don't have mommy issues. That's a made-up theory.
facts.
It is a made-up theory. Stop saying that. People need to stop saying that. As long as if you're alive right now, you're breathing, you're not sick. Mommy issues would be you're malnourished. You have no body that cares about you. You don't care about yourself, and those things are mommy issues. You look pretty healthy to me. You look pretty loved to me. You look pretty healthy to me.
But
You
that's
look
on
like
the
you're
outside,
loved.
though. That's on
No,
the
what I'm
outside.
saying, that's a mother's job. A mother's job
Oh.
is to nourish you
Definitely.
physically take care of your body. You understand? And raise you up to be what your father wanted you to be. But she's raising you up to be what society wants you to be. Like you're going to school to be what society wants you to be, not what your father wanted you to be. And here's another thing I want to tell you. Everything else in nature, does it go to school to become what it's supposed to become? There's not a species on this planet that has to sit in school to learn how to be what it is. Because your knowledge of who to be and how to be you is formed from within. You were born with it. It's an intuitive knowledge. No one can teach you how to be you. You're not being taught to be you. You're being taught what society needs you to be for a battery. So you're in school being trained to be a battery, not to become what you're supposed to be and become who you are and who the universe made you to be, because no one can teach you how to do that. You innately know how to do that. As a lion innately knows how to be who it is. An elephant can't be taught how to be an elephant. A bird can't be taught how to be a bird. Because it is innately, if you push the bird out the thing, it's going to fly. You push him out the nest, it's going to fly. Because it's going to figure out on its own and learn how to be who it is. No one can school nor teach you how to be what you are, and you cannot teach your kids how to be what they are naturally born to be. You can only give them the proper environment so that they can thrive and be who they're supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying to you? So you're going to school right now to be what society needs you to be as a battery to support white supremacy. You're not going to school to learn who you are. You're going to learn who you need to be within society. To survive.
You are so right. You are so right. You are so right. You're so right. I agree.
Thanks for coming up.
Thank y'all. I love myself.
I love myself. Peace.
Knowledge?
It's crazy how she was raised by her father.
Right.
Next call.
Hi, ladies.
Guys.
Everybody's beautiful. This is my little head wrap. I just want to chime in here. So I understand the fact that as human beings, we actually are not conditioned to be with one person. That's science, So I understand polygamy and how that works. But I just have a question because I don't. Is your polygamy religious based? Is it because of your religion?
It's polygamy religious based. It's nature based.
It's nature based, which is scientific.
Religion is a way of life. Religion is science.
Okay, so I understand that. So can I ask a question? If it's nature based. Can I ask why it's only you feel that a man can hold the position of being that the nature boy holds, and why can't a woman also be polygamous? Why can't a woman have multiple husbands?
Because a woman has a different function than a man has.
Right.
A man has.
Why doesn't a woman
Why doesn't a woman have a penis?
Right.
That's science. I'm saying as far as why is a woman not.
No, that's actual facts. We're not going off of subjectivity and how you feel.
Right.
We're going off of the function of
No. I don't feel a certain way. I don't feel a certain way. I'm asking a question. I don't feel a certain way about it. I'm just asking how you feel. Like, why is it that a woman can't be, also have multiple husbands?
9 months out of the year, she's pregnant. So a man can produce himself every day with many women. You can't do that as a woman. So that's why, scientifically.
So because she can have a baby every year, or she is going to have a baby every year?
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense scientifically.
Okay.
And women don't want to be with multiple. I don't.
A woman can only be pregnant by one man. If you have multiple men, how are you going to know who your child's father is? A woman cannot do the same thing a man can do. That is why she has a vagina and he has a penis with testicles. We can only get pregnant, and when we are pregnant, we're pregnant for 9 months at a time. During that time period, the man, he's not pregnant. He still reproduces sperm every single day to go and be fruitful and multiply. We have to go and sit our butts down because we have to bear a child that takes 9 months to have. So we cannot do the same thing that a man can do, and that's why we're saying we're answering your question.
Yeah, your womb is a sacred place. For you to have a man come into you, you should not want to have many partners doing that at the time.
Oh, I agree. I agree that your womb is a sacred place. I agree with that. I'm just asking a question because there are female polygamists. There are women now who are.
Of course there
You're
are,
supposed to be
because
with one man your whole life. In fact based, like that's reality. You're supposed to be with one man your whole life.
What is it again? Say it again.
You're supposed to be with one man your whole life. So that's why you're supposed to, after you're a certain age and you're a young woman, you're supposed to be given to another family, another man. You're supposed to go from your father's house to your husband's house. It's supposed to be just so that there's no confusion within your energies and who you are, because as a woman, you become the man that you're with. If you have multiple bodies and multiple men, you don't know who you are, you don't know what man you're following, you don't know who's the head. It's so much confusion. You're confusion. And that's going to create chaos.
So you believe the women who are now polygamous with multiple husbands, they're wrong.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm not judging. I'm just asking questions.
It's what we're saying. What we're saying is it's against nature and the natural way of living and being. We're definitely living in a way that's unnatural. Do you believe that?
Well, the thing about being I don't know. That's a loaded question, and I'll say the reason why that's a loaded question because I'm listening to you. When you ask a woman about living in a natural state, of course, a lot of women would not want to live into this constant hamster wheel of doing the same thing every day, working hard and not getting anywhere.
My question to you is, are you living in your natural environment?
What is my natural environment?
Your natural environment would be close to nature in a tropical zone that feeds your melanin the proper amount of vitamin D it needs so that you're not in a psychological depression. What I'm saying to you is your natural environment has proper oxygen in the air. It doesn't have a whole bunch of carbon in the air. It's around trees and it's close to water. It's a tropical environment. You belong in a tropical environment. That's your natural environment. There's outside, there's food growing naturally. You can go outside and you can eat naturally. You could drop a seed on the ground and it'll grow right back. You can actually poop and your food will grow right outside of it. You're connected to earth. You're close to nature. That's your natural environment. There's animals outside and you're close to it. Go ahead.
And I agree with that because I grew up as a child, I'm a vegan. So I grew up as a child on a farm, and I know about health and growing things and pesticides and all that stuff. I have natural hair under here a lot. I understand, and I want to be close to my natural environment. I understand you get your vitamin D through the sun, and you don't need medication for that. I get that. But when I say, like when you spoke to the female before, the reason why the question is so loaded, even I watched her and she had a difficult time answering the last question, is because, for one, humans are very complex. Okay, so if you make a decision, making a permanent decision sometimes does not always last. And what I mean by that is every king, every man cannot hold the hearts of several women safely. Okay, and what I mean by this is, you have your beautiful wives and you guys are doing great and everybody's beautiful and healthy, that's great. But what woman would go give her heart and her safety to someone like Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer? You understand?
Okay, let me explain
Ted
something to
Bundy
you.
was on the side of the road picking up people, my love.
That's what I'm talking about. You're agreeing with me. But if Ted
Yeah, what
Bundy
I'm
or
saying to you is that we're not
someone like
talking about.
if someone like Jim Jones, if you remembered him, there are men out here and women out here who suffer from real personality disorders, mental
But you're
health.
naming white men. You're naming white men.
Okay, do you want me to name? I can name black ones too. It's not the race thing. I'm
Yeah,
just throwing
let's
up there.
name some black ones. Let's name
Okay,
some black ones.
just name some black serial killers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. They just arrested one in Chicago who
But
killed
why are we
7
talking about that? I'm talking about the average black man. I'm not talking about the serial killer. The serial killer is actually something rare.
Okay,
What I'm saying to you, the
okay,
black serial killer is something actually rare. Can we get back on subject?
yes,
Period.
I'm telling
Stop
you
interrupting.
that.
Stop. I don't want to mute you. Let me. What I'm saying to you is this: if women understood their nature, they would come together in groups and choose a husband. That would be the natural way. If women truly understood how things are supposed to be, it wouldn't be a problem about a man being able to hold several women's hearts sacred, because the woman would desire that. And if the woman was to come together and understand and form their relationships that way, then that's what it would be. It would be a simple, natural thing, and it happens anyway. But this society you live in, which is in your unnatural environment, made by an unnatural man, white supremacy, European people, you live in an unnatural environment, in an unnatural mindset, in an unnatural relationship structure. You are not living in your natural environment. You are not living in your natural structure for relationships. So what you're doing is, all we're doing in Babylon is blasphemy. We don't know how to live properly. We don't study indigenous people and understand how things are supposed to flow. Now, am I saying every man is made for polygamy? No, it's not. Because every man, like you said, and I will agree, is not able to handle multiple women.
And I don't.
Polygamy is made for the alpha.
Right, and that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that the dangers, you know what I'm saying, that are there, and I believe that people should live in a totally natural environment of sunlight and stress-free and all that. But the dangers that are there is the fact that there has to be some acknowledgement that every man is not safe. It's not safe for every man to hold that.
You have to understand by law, by natural law, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand by natural law that even if a man tries to be polygamous, if he's not able to do it, he won't be able to do it. It doesn't matter. Even if a man tries, he gonna wind up settling.
So if a man tries to be polygamous and he's not a healthy man and not, and we're talking about men
It's
who
going to fail. It's going to fail.
But some of them don't fail. They just have women, and they just have women that continue to hold on to the polygamous relationship.
Okay, and what are you supposed to do about that? What are we supposed to do about the women that make those decisions?
I'm not saying that you are supposed to do anything like that. It's just a discussion that how do you feel about.
Yeah, but I like to mind my business and talk about what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying to you? Any woman that decides to go do what the hell she wants to do, that's her business. A lot of our issues is that we don't mind our business enough. If you know we wrong, then to go do right and mind your business and do right. Because criticizing somebody else's life ain't going. When you die, you're not gonna answer for what some people doing over there. You're gonna die for what you did and what you said.
Yeah, I
So
don't. I don't.
we have to realize that we need to talk about what is right and what is wrong. And scientifically, it takes a village to raise a child. I believe that polygamy should be more of a natural thing, just as it is in Africa, and we're in a continent which all humans have came from. Most of Africa allows polygamy because it is something we based ourselves in polygamy. This country,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
This country has one state that allows polygamy. You have to ask yourself, why is it illegal to be polygamous? Why is it illegal to marry more than one woman in the United States? Why?
Because the government got involved in people's personal decisions, like in a lot of things. You know, the government got involved in people's personal decisions.
And there's this one state, Utah, is allowed to be polygamous. What I'm saying to you is, why is it illegal to have polygamous relationships in the United States?
I don't think it should be illegal.
We have to ask that question.
I agree. I don't think it should be illegal to be a polygamist.
But we have to ask ourselves why. We have to ponder on the reason why the United States of America would make monogamy illegal. Polygamy illegal. I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay. And do you feel just one more question? Do you feel do you feel like for your wives that you should be more gentle?
Well, I'm gentle when they allow me to be. I'm a disciplinarian when they don't. So what you have to realize, I'm always gentle. I'm always funny, and I'm always cool. But if you step out of bounds, I'm a disciplinarian. I police my environment and I control my population and my woman and my environment as I'm supposed to as a man. All men are supposed to control and dominate their environment. I'm going to say this again. All men are supposed to control and dominate their environment. Period.
Okay, I agree. I'm a submissive woman, so I allow my my man runs my household, so I'm totally submissive.
He's supposed to dominate his domain. The black man is supposed to be dominant. Yes, the black man is supposed to be dominant. The black man is supposed to dominate his domain.
I agree with that. What I'm saying
to you is, it's not abuse if your woman steps out of boundaries to chastise her in whatever way you choose. Because at the end of the day, it's your laws, it's your domain. You're in full control of it. You make the rules. If the woman doesn't like it, she has to leave. If she stays, then at the end of the day, she's conforming. That she understands that she wants to be a part of your domain and your society and your world. If a woman stays, y'all should have no complaints. I don't say, look, y'all stay in Babylon, but Babylon has rules. If you don't abide by that man's rules, you get punished. He punishes y'all. If you break the law, he punishes you. If you break his laws, he will punish you. In the world that you live in right now, if you break any violations, if you drive the wrong way, he will punish you. If you come out your mouth the wrong way, he will physically punish you if he wants to. And it doesn't matter.
So that's okay. You believe that so what I'm saying is, for that type of discipline and punishment, as for you personally, do you feel that you should be more gentle? Or you just feel like
I feel like I make it so those boundaries don't get crossed again. I make it so that you don't want to break the laws and the rules, that you find comfort within those boundaries to flourish and flower within those boundaries. I'm very stern about my boundaries, my laws, and my principles and my rules. If you break them, then you will have to be punished. Because this is my government. I'm under my own government.
Okay,
I
so
govern my life. I govern my world. And therefore, you don't have to be here. You can leave my government. But
I
if you
understand
stay,
that.
if these women stay up under me, they are agreeing to say, no, this is okay. I want to be here. So you should,
No, I'm not
all the
asking.
women out there, know what I'm saying? All the women out there watching, you should know that any woman here could leave at any time they want.
I'm not
And no
asking
one's
whether.
being held against their will. No one's being abused. But I
Right.
do punish them if they
I'm
out
not
of line.
assuming that. I'm not assuming anybody's abused or anything. I'm just asking, and I'm not asking whether they are okay with the punishment. I'm asking you, do you feel that you could be more gentle?
If I
Whether
get
they
any
feel
more
it or not.
gentle, there'll be more disrespect.
You don't think that you can discipline in a gentle manner?
I do. I
And
do sometimes. Sometimes I do.
can you do it all the time?
I do. If it's something small, it'll get a small reprimand. If it's something big, it'll get a big reprimand. It depends on what it is.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't work. I don't have to. I stay at home. I do all the cooking, all the cleaning. I'm super submissive, and I've never had anyone even rate. That even my relationship before, I've always been submissive because it was how I was raised. I've never had anybody even as much as raise their voice at me, and I've been disciplined. I think there's different ways of disciplining.
Well, my one wife Aya, I never have to do that with because she conducts herself in that demeanor. But the other woman, everyone's different. Some women are sassy. Some women got a lot of bitch in them, so they want to get, they want to. Everybody's not going to conform to all the rules. So they're just like in your society. There's people in jail. Why? Because they don't want to conform to the rules. You understand?
So,
You go to jail in your society. They beat you up and kill you in your society. You're in a cult. Your cult will beat your ass and put you in prison. Period. But that's a punishment. And they'll do that to women. They'll do that to men. It doesn't matter. You're in a cult that if you break the law, they will punish you. There's punishments and consequences to breaking the rules. Every man is a government within himself. When you enter that man's rules and that man's house, you enter his world, he should have government and he should have principles and morals he stand by. And if you break those rules, there should be punishment. There should be chastised and punishment. Period. If you don't like it, you leave. Just like
I
we didn't
agree.
like Babylon, we left. If you don't
I
like your
agree.
mama and daddy's rules, what do? You leave. When you was in your mommy and daddy house and you didn't do what you was told, what'd you get?
I agree. I agree that there's going to be some form of correction. There's going to be some form of punishment. I agree with
Now,
that.
well, when you say should I be more gentle, what is gentle to you? Like, what is gentle?
Gentle for me, and this is you got to understand that this is my world, and your world is obviously different than mine. The gentle
Yeah,
for
but you would probably be a sweeter, or because you are the way you are, I would approach you different. I do different
no,
for
no,
different.
no, no,
Some of
no.
these
I
women have
wouldn't
strong.
necessarily say that because
Some of the women here, have stronger wills than others. You understand what I'm saying? I gotta let the next person up. I can't spend too much time with you, baby. People are waiting. We've got 20 people in the damn queue. Teardrops, you're up. Teardrops, you're live, man. You up? Did you mean to come up here?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hi.
Peace.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Great.
How are you?
Good. I just want to say you're all so beautiful. I love watching you guys. Knowledge. I know we chit chat. You stayed in Oakland for a little bit. Live in Oakland. I just have one question. When you guys had to come to Puerto Rico, did you guys have to leave the past behind? Do you guys get to keep in contact with your family?
We choose to only associate ourselves with like-minded people that are on our frequency, that think like us, and that are doing what we're doing. So we choose
breaking up.
What do you think? That I
Can't hear.
Yeah, I can't hear either.
No, we can't
Y'all
hear.
couldn't hear that?
No.
Breaking up. No, it didn't get out. We have to get it out. I can't hear everyone. Okay.
can you hear us?
I can hear one.
Just the host is choppy. You're good now. You're good. You're clear. He said you can't hear
Can
us.
y'all hear her?
Now we
You
Oh, I
clear.
can hear you.
You clear.
Okay.
everyone, yeah.
Okay, so I didn't hear your answer though.
So as an individual, I choose to deal with like-minded people that are on my frequency, people that think like me and that do as I do. I choose not to associate myself with my past life because I know that's my lower self. I know that that's my karma. That's something I must overcome and become my higher self. And so as an individual, I choose not to deal with, people that aren't like-minded as myself.
Okay. Okay. And that's the same with everybody else.
Well,
Okay.
it's kind of different for me because, like, I'm a Cancer moon, so I know that I can be attached to family, and I'm not here to have any attachments. When I went on my spiritual journey, I said I'm going to leave everything, materialistic things, no need for money. I'm going to leave the people I've known all my life because I want to sit in solitude with myself and understand myself and heal myself. And anything that gets in the way of that journey, I need to cut it off. That's not for me. It's not serving, and that's what this mission does. I'm in Baba G's life. I'm the most honorable prophet, Chief Baba G's life. So I'm on this narrow road to understanding myself. And if they call me and try to talk to me, it's like we don't, like Queen Malia said, we do not have the same frequency or mindset or even goals in life. So what am I talking to you for? Because every time I call you, I'm going to be trying to teach you, trying to make you come to the tropics and do what I'm doing. And it's a headache for me because these people don't understand my mind. I know family is frequency, and so doing that evolution of myself and leaving all those people and what I've known and coming into family is frequency, I get to understand, like, okay, you understand my mind, you get me, so I don't have to battle and feel like I don't belong when I belong, and I see myself at everyone around me.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. That's all I want. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright,
Thanks for calling in.
God bless you.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
You always checking us.
I got two questions. Um, was it difficult for you, like especially the ladies that have children? Was it difficult? Was it a journey to kind of cut off ties with everything and everybody that you ever knew in your life? Like before you came here, like how hard was that, or was it hard at all?
See, we are naturally, we want to nurse and nurture children because we bear those children for 9 months. So of course you're gonna have a attachment to that child. But what attachment is that? Is it healthy or is it unhealthy? And so of course you're gonna feel some feelings toward that child because you were with that child for a minute and you nursed and nurtured that child. You took care of that child. You clothed that child. It's the mother instinct. And so yes, I do miss and think about that child, but I have to now understand the God mind and say, okay, well, this child is me. I'm not separate of this child. This child is a genetic code, a genetic carbon copy of me, 23 chromosomes of me, and so I can't be emotional when I have a God mind. So
Right, right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And what about I don't know, Knowledge, do you have children?
No.
No. So neither do I. So what was it anything in your previous life that you had a connection with that it was a struggle to part with?
For a long time, yeah, my past relationship, the music that I was working on with my producer. Just that. That was it.
Just really? And so, was it
Yeah.
hard, or is it something that you still struggle with? Like, do you miss that?
Um, no, because I have the opportunity to make music for a better cause, for Baba
Okay.
G, for a righteous cause. So no, but it was difficult because creating is like your baby, and I had a lot of songs that I was really attached to, and I was really attached to that person. So, and it was the first man I'd ever been in a relationship with. So yeah, it was a struggle for years for me. Capricorn,
Okay.
hard to let go, but
Okay.
not any longer. No.
Okay. Zilka, I don't know if are you like related to Vince Staples?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is it anything? I know it has to be something in your previous life that you really, really missed that you struggled with parting with.
Oh, that's only family. I told you my Cancer moon, like leaving people. It's like I didn't have a good family structure in the first place. So the
Mhm.
5 people in my family were only close people. So letting go of those 5 people was difficult. But me, when I tapped into the knowledge and me waking up, I started to really see who they were,
Yeah, I know. I
and
could. I could definitely.
it's not who I thought they were my whole life.
Mhm.
They really
Mhm.
switched up. Like even now, you would think they would try to call me and talk to me, and it's like it's none of that. So it's
Wow.
clearly seeing like who supported me was the people I never thought in my life would support me and are talking like, oh, what are you doing? Are inquisitive about understanding what I'm doing. Them, the ones I came from, not really. They're just like, okay, let her do her life, and it's literally like they don't exist because I do not contact them, I don't hear them, I don't see them. So yeah.
If you wanted to speak with your family, like would y'all be able to, like, if that's something that you wanted to do?
Yeah, they call my phone. I'd be like, yeah, and then it's nothing. Like, or
Okay.
it'd be like that. Like they'll call you or something, and you just be like, oh hey, and then it's like it's kind of the conversation don't go nowhere because you don't have
Yeah,
to talk about. So you just like, all right, well, talk to you soon, but you know you're not gonna talk to them soon. So
Mhm.
it's just like that. Yeah.
Okay,
My
be a little
family
Hollywood.
For different vibes, different frequencies.
Right. Would you say knowledge?
My Babylon family, they supported me coming here. And I have influence over my nieces and nephews who are 21 and 22. So sometimes I still talk to them because they do what I do. So,
Okay,
I
so
still
your
talk to them.
family was in support of you, like,
Yeah,
coming.
because I'm 38 and
Right, like,
they
Oh,
know
oh, get
it's
out of
aligned
here,
with who I am and who I
girl.
do.
What? Black don't crack. Okay, yeah, you
So
look
yeah,
good for
they're
38.
like, it makes sense. This is you. Go ahead, do you. That
Mhm.
kind of thing.
yeah, she do look good, huh?
Yeah, for 38. Go ahead, girl.
Right.
So, and then my other question, one last question. So, well, kind of like a two-part question. So, all six of y'all in a relationship with Nature Boy, or I'm sorry, y'all call him Baba G.
Baba
Baba
G, our
G.
chief.
Okay.
Yes, we are. We're under him. He's our God. He's our teacher. Like before, he is our husband. He is our teacher. That's why we came here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actual facts. Your man should be a teacher. I agree. Um, do y'all? Because I'm very like a possessive person, and emotionally and like psychologically, I'm not built to share a man. So do you do y'all, is that a struggle? Like, do y'all struggle with feelings of like jealousy sometimes, or cause I'm just like literally physically and mentally, like I'm not set up like that, and I'm just like, do y'all struggle with that?
Yes, that is a struggle.
Okay.
Real still, like that's going to be something you have to overcome in polygamy. You have to be able to see your sisters as yourself, as a part. Like Queen Malia says, we're all puzzles that we all need each other. We fit into a perfect piece. Our most honorable prophet Baba Ji, he says that we are all his queens in one. We all bring a different aspect of our element of who we are. So you have to be proud of what you can do, what she can do, and empower yourself, be like inspired instead of being like, oh, she's good at that, I wish I could be like that, and having envy. You can be like, oh, she's inspiring me to do something with my talents and my gifts.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about competition, it's about collaborating, and that's what we're
Mm-hmm.
meant to do.
This is my second polygamous relationship, and I did struggle with jealousy the first time around. And you just grow, you get past that, and you see that you are you and you're unique, and no one can be you. So, no, I don't struggle with that at all.
Wow. So dang, that in itself deserves respect. And everybody might not agree with it. Nobody likes things that are different. So everybody might not agree with everything you do, but it worked for you and y'all are all grown adults, and as long as like you're safe and no one's getting hurt, like, do your thing. And I wish I would have did the little. I'm new to Bigo, so I don't know, but the little like versus thing, like y'all should have did that. Y'all, why don't y'all invite them over here? And like I would really like to see like the mental the mental spar.
That
Yeah,
would
I
be,
think it would be nice.
but no.
No, they got what you got to understand is this when it comes to that, like they got to protect my woman at all times, because I got to protect my woman. If you ain't gonna give me a gun or allow me to
Hold
block the
on. So wait, I'm
disrespectful,
sorry. I don't. What does that mean? Give me a. I don't. What do that mean?
that mean give me admin to be able to block people in the room.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what is he talking? Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they could come here. They could come here. They could always. It was his idea. That wasn't my idea.
I mean, I
That was
think that
his
would be
idea.
really interesting to see. I mean, for selfish reasons, because just for my entertainment, of course, I don't. You know what I mean? It's not my life, but I think it would be interesting to see like a mental spar between the two. I
Well,
think it
he
would
could
have
he
been
could
really
come over here if he want,
Yeah,
but
where it's gonna be respect.
I don't like
absolutely.
the way he carried it. Like talk about y'all could swipe the channel off. Nah, nigga, you not letting nobody talk disrespectful to my woman. Period. Fuck is you talking about? This ain't no
I
fucking
feel
roaster
you.
channel. This gonna be a respectful shit. You gonna hold this shit down for me, or I'm not gonna have my females over here. I treat this shit like real life. I'm an
I
authentic
see.
person.
I mean, if somebody gets out of line I see like they niggas get the boot real quick. I
Like, cause
see.
I
So,
feel like niggas get behind these cell phones and do what they wouldn't do in real life.
mhm,
Half these people wouldn't come up to me and say the shit they saying because they only on the
absolutely.
cell phone. They doing this shit behind the cell phone. That's fake. I think that's fake. I make people be real when they're around me. Be real, my nigga.
Right, right, right.
Because if in real
Absolutely.
life you had something to say, you would snicker about it or you would say it behind my back, but you wouldn't say it in my face.
Right.
But you get on these cell phones and all of a sudden everybody's a tough guy behind a cell phone. That's some coward shit.
That is an actual fact. Absolutely.
So at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, why would we allow people to be phony and fake in our atmosphere? No,
Mhm.
nigga, you not about to say shit. You're
Right,
not
you
about to come in here and disrespect my queen.
get
You gonna come in here and do exactly what you do in real life. Keep that motherfucking shit to yourself. Go on another
Yeah.
panel and talk behind my back.
Damn, man. But if they could, I
I got
wish that
scared
they
for
would
what?
agree to
Nigga, like
come.
I ain't asked to do that shit. I
Wait,
was
I
doing
know.
him a favor.
Who? No, I
not
didn't.
you,
Actually,
not you. It's the
Oh,
chat.
okay,
actually,
okay.
what you gotta understand is we was doing him a favor. Shit, we wasn't thinking about that shit. We was over here cooling, having dinner and drinking wine, and he wanted to do that shit. That's not our fucking idea. I was doing him a favor. So if I'm doing you a favor and I'm your guest, you better do me. You better accommodate me.
Okay.
Shit, I could chill. I don't need to interact with TKO. I could be over there doing me. I got my own life. But if he wants to deal with me, then he gonna have to deal with me and respect me when I come on. If it's me over there, I want to be treated a certain way. If he come over here, he gonna be treated a certain way. Nobody gonna disrespect me. But
Right.
because he put
I
in that
really like
role where he
seeing y'all. I think y'all got a really good chemistry, and I think like I really enjoy seeing y'all when y'all get along. So I really hope that whatever
that's cool.
happened, like y'all could iron that out. Cause I do, especially the women. Like I really just want, cause I don't know, I never got a chance to see his girlfriends like speaking like about like knowledge and stuff. I don't really watch them like that, so I was just wondering like, wow, that would be interesting to see mentally like where they at and how it compares to y'all.
But
Um,
you could already see that for yourself.
cause I don't put I don't want to assume that they don't. You know what I mean? I've
No,
never
they
seen it, but
don't. His wives don't cook. They told you they don't cook. They don't clean. They don't like doing nothing that a woman's supposed to do.
but they do. They're very pretty and they speak very well, and
What
you
they
could
that
tell like they they got some type of book smarts at the very least, because they speak very well. So, yeah.
If the world was to end right now, how can they make a home? How can they make a home?
I will hope that I don't know. I don't want to make an assumption about anyone, but
It is
I
what
will
it
hope
is,
that
man. They gotta learn how to cook and clean. They gotta learn how to cook and clean.
yeah. You wow, yo, you is really wow.
No, I'm being honest with you. You gotta learn how to cook and clean.
You wow, understood. But it was nice talking to y'all, and
All right, be good.
you too. Bye bye.
If a woman don't know how to cook and clean, that's retarded. That's not good. You need to know how to cook and clean. That's just it. A man should know how to cook and clean, and a woman should know how to cook and clean. What we going out to eat? What we going out to eat every night for? For what? Fucker, you done lost your motherfucking mind. No.
Hello.
What's up?
Do I have to come up?
No, you ain't got a cam up.
All right. So this is my first question. I want to tell y'all how beautiful you are. I want you to know that. So this is my first question. My first question is, if, as you say, Babylon is falling, right? And the internet goes, how would you be able to take care of 6 wives?
What?
Huh?
What? Oh man, don't make my dick get hard talking about it.
I'm just asking a question. I'm not
No,
being
don't make my dick get hard
disrespectful.
talking about it. Do not make my dick get hard talking about it. That's what I do. Girl, you know what you're talking about. I'm waiting for that motherfucking moment. What you mean? How I'm gonna take care of what? Nigga, what?
Okay, so
Do you know who you talking to now?
I mean, I've watched you and I love you. I love your knowledge, but I was just wondering, like, do you think it's gonna be hard?
Hell no, I live in Puerto Rico, love. We have an abundance of fruits and veggies and roots that grow naturally. We can survive easily. I can hunt. I got guns. I got guns. I got bows and arrows. I got fishing gear. Nigga, I got everything I need here. I'm on an island. What you talking about?
Okay.
What you mean? We got land. We good. We live in the jungle. We can grow our food. We can do everything we need right here. I'm good, love. What you mean?
Okay.
I got men up under me. I got a group of men up under me.
Okay. So
on a regular basis, my dudes get up every day. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't show you this. My dudes get up every day, 6 a.m. They running, they training every single day.
That's a blessing.
My dudes get up, true, at 0500. He in the chat. They up every day at 0500, working out, training, running.
So
doing target practice. Hold on, doing target practice. We fish. I got connects in Puerto Rico right now. Man, I can't tell you too much, baby.
Yeah.
We have water source. We have fresh water. We have a freshwater spring. We have everything we need to survive as a human being. The question is, do you?
That's hard.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I do. I bought my home this year.
Where you live at? Where you live at?
Huh?
Where do you live at?
Tennessee.
Oh no.
Okay. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So hold on. You live in Tennessee. You know how cold it get in Tennessee?
It doesn't get really that cold. It's not up north. It's like the middle. It's like the middle. We don't get snow. We don't, like, maybe every 7 years we might get a little snow, maybe an inch or two. We're not snowed in. We're not.
Froze, y'all. It came out of nowhere.
I'm through from Tennessee. I've been to Tennessee. That shit. Yo, what part of Tennessee you from, motherfucker?
Nashville.
Hell no, bro.
I love it here.
What happened over there?
Yo, you bugging. That shit cold as hell. You cannot live there without white supremacy.
No heat.
It's gonna be hard.
So my next question is, let's say you found another wife and she had multiple children, And like you said, the child's supposed to go to the father, but
Uh-huh.
the father doesn't want the children or is unable to take care of the children. How would you tell her, well, I'm sorry, you know?
No, I would try to get her to give it to her family or give the child to somebody of his family.
Yeah,
But make sure the kids are straight.
that's a point. Yes, that's a point.
Okay.
That's what I would rather.
Okay, well, those were my questions. Thank you.
If you want
And
to ask
again,
why, just come on up, guys. Come on up if you want to ask a question. That's okay.
eh,
God.
Come on up if y'all want to ask why. Just get in the queue. Thea, I'm coming, Thea. You're next.
Peace, God.
How do you turn the camera off?
You gotta hit your box and then hit the camera sign. What you got that on? Turn it on.
Okay. Hi, ladies. Y'all look so beautiful.
I'm thankful. Peace, God.
Thankful.
Okay, I think I have like 3 questions. Hi, Chief.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm always good. I'm always good. I'm always good.
Well, that's what I want to know. Okay, ladies.
Yeah.
Nature Boy, don't you have a birthday coming up at the end of this month?
A solar return, April 29th.
Oh, okay.
My solar return present is everybody in the squad. We getting wick locks. We got a lady from Florida flying in to do our wick locks.
Wow, that's nice. That's what I was gonna ask the ladies.
Professionally done.
Okay, that sounds nice.
And
I
we're
was
gonna
gonna.
make it an event. We're gonna make it an event. We're gonna do a party. We make it an event. Oh, tomorrow is Aya's solar return, so we're gonna be doing an event for her. We're gonna go somewhere, do something special for her tomorrow.
It's like you
Tomorrow's
read my
Aya.
mind. I don't even have to ask you the questions. You just giving me the answers without even
Yes,
asking the
tomorrow's
questions.
Aya's day. Oh, somebody said day the 29th too. Shout out to them. Tomorrow's Aya's day. We're gonna get up. We're gonna pamper Aya. We probably take out to eat. And she wanna watch whatever Aya wants to do. We're gonna do it. It's her day. From now on, we celebrating people on their solar return here in Carbonation. So you'll be able to be involved in it, and you'll see it as well.
Okay, so you guys actually don't say birthday. You say solar return. Is that correct?
We say solar return because we can't be born.
Wow, thank you. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what I was going to ask the ladies.
Can't hear
Nate
you.
Ford is always doing so many nice things for you all, taking y'all out shopping, taking y'all out.
Actually, the smallest thing he did today was brought us some water. Like, he
Huh?
brought.
So I was going
It's
to ask,
working.
Wait, can y'all hear
It's
us?
working.
It goes in and out, but it's working now.
Stay still. Stay still. Close your door.
And we're closing it.
Okay, so yeah, we're good. Just stay still. If something don't go right, just stay still. Don't
Yeah.
move.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right. The little thing he did today was so sweet. He just bought us some water. Like, he was just pampering us. He bought us some wine. He set out the snacks. He just did everything. It was just like, oh.
What you mean? Ain't that? Hey, look, I take care of y'all niggas. I feed y'all. Hold on. What you mean the little thing?
No. That was just.
Nigga, I do everything.
No, he
What
did
did you
everything.
talk about?
He did everything, but that was
I
just
run this whole shit.
a token of the love that,
No, that's
you know, that we get on a regular basis.
Yeah, you see these lights? Hold on. Let me help you. Let me help you. You see that? You see that? You see that? I did that, motherfucker. I did that. You see that? I did that. Motherfucker, I did that. Shit. Motherfucker. Shit.
so yeah, when you guys was in New Orleans, he bought y'all pretty dresses. He bought those swimsuits.
They they stay in luxury everywhere we go. They get pampered.
So y'all, yeah, he takes care of y'all. So my question is, you don't have to tell me, but are you guys as a group, as a family, gonna do something extravagant for him for his birthday? For his solar return?
We're going to Here's going to.
I get spoiled every day of the week. Every day I wake up, I'm spoiled.
That's a fact.
All I want for my soul to return is a big booty hoe.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, y'all can fly us in, let us do the twerking for him or something.
Hey,
We
that's
do
what
that
it
every
is.
day. That's like an everyday thing. That's not just on occasion or one day on a birthday. No, absolutely not. It's an everyday thing. We celebrate life as we rise back up into the rising and
Well, I
start.
was thinking something more like,
No, what I want is everybody in my tribe to get wick locks, and I'm already getting it. That's it.
Period.
That's all I want is everybody get them official Whitlocks. The
Okay.
instant one.
Enhance us. That's our intent. It's gonna enhance who we are. That's gonna
I
make
just
us
want us to
powerful.
look good as a family. That's all I
Look
want.
good as a family.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's what I want for my soul to return, man. Aya, what you want?
Whatever you want.
Okay, so my other question is for Aya.
You know what I like is that for your solar return and everything that you do, you're always thinking about the collective. So you're like, you didn't say I want to get my wood blocks done. You like, no, the whole tribe is getting.
Because my son is in the 11th house.
I'm like,
But I believe that's how it should be.
Yeah,
Like you be the gift.
yeah.
Go ahead. What's your next
Okay.
question, Star?
Aya, you make the most beautiful food on your Eat Clean y'all page.
That shit's so beautiful.
Oh
So,
my God.
I wanted to know if you all are able to like have goals. Like, can you like do a book or something like with the recipes? I would buy it.
Baba G already has the first cookbook done. We're in the process of making the second cookbook with the new recipes and everything that's on it. So if you follow the Eat Clean Cuisine on IG, you'll see all of the updates of the things that we come up with and everything. And then once we are done with the cookbook, that link will also
You
be
telling me
posted
we can't
there.
sell anything.
Yeah, we don't sell anything. All you have
Everything
to do
we do for free.
free.
Because if we sell something, symbolic of us selling our soul to the system and to white supremacy. And
The tree doesn't
not
sell
our
you.
religion.
The tree doesn't sell you fruit,
That's fact.
and neither can
Right.
we. We can't sell you our fruit. Nothing in nature works for itself. So we can't accept anything but donations. That's why we on Bigo. Everything we get on Bigo is donation.
So how do we get the book?
You just download it for free. We put it on Apple Books and you get it for free. Just download it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other question I have is, okay, you talk about you all went to Hawaii and all these different places. Do y'all have any trips planned, like in the near future, that we can come along?
Hell
and
no,
see?
we went to Hawaii to find a home. Nigga, we was hunting for nature.
Oh,
That should turn into something else.
so will you guys be taking any vacation trips?
I don't know. Stay tuned. We don't know. We don't just been taking no vacation. We live on a vacation.
Right.
Our life is a vacation if you haven't been watching.
Well, that's true. That's a fact.
Nowhere else but here. Like for India? Oh.
This is a domain. This is a frequency.
Okay.
This is a way
My
of
last
life.
question,
Not a big
and this for you, Nature Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're the Messiah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with this coronavirus and cancer and all these diseases, can you heal people from these diseases?
Only way you heal people from is knowledge itself. That's the only thing that can heal anybody. Knowledge. The application of knowledge.
But you're God.
See, your understanding of Jesus is wrong. Jesus ain't never healed nobody. Through your faith in Jesus, you was healed. He never said he healed anybody. When anytime somebody asks you something for Jesus, he said through your faith you were healed.
Okay, so you speak of Jesus. You do believe in Jesus, right?
I believe in the Christ.
Okay, so you believe that he died for our sins?
No. No, hell no.
Okay. So you being God, you can't heal people from coronavirus. You only can give them the knowledge to heal themselves with their faith. Is that what you're saying?
Let me ask you a question. If corona is real, how come the birds ain't dropping out the damn sky? Do they have lungs? How come no other species on this planet getting corona but the humans? We the
Well, I
only
thought they
motherfuckers
said
walking
animals were
around.
getting it.
Oh my goodness. I'm talking about the squirrels. I'm talking about the birds. I'm talking about all the other animals. I see people with masks on, but their dogs don't got a mask. Their dogs is definitely sniffing the ground and they're taking their dog for a walk with masks on, but their dog ain't got no mask. The dog has lungs too.
So
There's
what's your
no.
theory? I don't know.
My thing is, you have to understand that if the shit was real, that animals would have it too because they breathing too. Everything on this planet is breathing.
Mm-hmm.
How come the animals ain't got it? At the zoo, they ain't got it? It's not about immunity. It's not about immunity. It's about a lung disease. Corona is a lung disease. Anybody with lungs can have corona.
Okay, Chief. So to answer my question, you say that you're God. I'm asking you, can you heal people from diseases? Isn't that what God do? Heal people?
Disease comes from the mind. I'm telling you how to heal your disease if you listen to me. The disease is the lifestyle. Have a beautiful night.
Thank you, Chief.
Hello.
Peace, God.
Peace. Hey.
You look beautiful in that purple.
Yes. You looking
Thank
good.
you.
Thea,
I
you looking
appreciate
like my
you.
wife. What's going on,
You
Thea?
looking like one of us over here. Okay, Tia.
Hi, Mama. What's going on? All right, I have so many questions.
Thea, you are on the frequency, Thea. You looking like my wife.
Aw, thank you. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Okay, I have so many questions. I'm gonna start with you, Zoka, right? So I think you went through something very, very important, and I want you to just share a little bit with me. Have you ever gone through postpartum depression, and how did you get out of it? If it's something you've been through, how were you able to pull yourself out of that state of mind?
Oh, I can say, but the last lady was talking about how do you heal yourself and all that. Does Babaji heal? I tell you about the five sciences and his teachings. What he teaches, that's definitely what helped me when I was feeling low and like feeling like fuck this world. But it
Tia, can
allowed me to.
you mute your mic? Excuse my sister, Soka. Tia, can you mute your mic while we're talking? It's very loud. Thank you.
But to continue, like I was very like angry, like with myself, like because I thought I did something wrong. So I was just feeling so much, and I was able to apply the knowledge in my like literally day to day. I had to get up, make myself get up, look in the mirror, get like dressed, get beautiful, get nice for myself. Because I saw that anything I did was not for nobody else, but for me. I have to do this for me. No one's gonna come and rock you and be like, oh, no one's gonna do that. You have to really take it seriously and take it in your own. You're on your own journey. Like I was like, bro, there's nobody here but me in this reality. I'm either gonna sink or I'm gonna swim. And I started playing download, doing downloads, crying downloads, laughing at downloads, and it's beautiful to see the process of the depression to coming out of it and seeing like I'm strong, and I'm thankful for the knowledge from the most honorable chief Babaji because without it, I don't know how I would be or what I would be doing with my life. So,
That's fact.
Wow, that's powerful. Thank you for sharing. My next question is to you, Queen Malia, because I noticed that when you were going to be crowned
Queen, you're just a little bit nervous. So I want to ask you, what do you think is the most challenging part about being Queen? The most challenging things that you go through with being Queen?
Um, hmm. I think that when the most challenging part is you battling your demons. You going toe to toe with your demons in your mind, and you staying stuck in that moment and not being able to pick yourself up and apply the knowledge. See, when you are in those spaces, you have the knowledge to pick yourself up. So I can't stay in that rut. I can't stay in that space. So like Mama Zoka said, you listen to downloads, you do downloads, you express the knowledge, you express your creativity, and you just get back to balance, and you tell yourself every day in the mirror, like, I am Queen, I am who I am. And that's who I'm striving to be, and that's who I have to be. And I can't stay in that rut and stay in that space for a very long time, because you're gonna be your low self. You're gonna be expressing demons at this point. You're gonna be depressed and sad. Who wants that vibration around them? No one. But yeah, that's my answer. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard it. We heard it. We heard
What
it.
about
Thea, you
Yes,
there?
that's awesome. Yes, I'm here. I have one last question, and that's for everyone on the panel, right? Because I noticed that you guys, you put your all into everything you do, and you're kind of like a family. Well, you are a family. So everybody that comes into the family, you pour out your energy into the person. So how do you feel when you see that you've invested yourself into someone that was a part of the family, and the person came out of the family only to try to destroy everything you've built? You know, try to assassinate your character and make people look at you a certain way. How do you feel about that?
that shit hurt? Because it's like you were here. You were on the frequency. You did what we did. You thought how we thought. You gravitated toward the knowledge, and you were on the frequency doing downloads. Baba G was taking care of you. Baba G was loving you. Baba G was giving you everything that you needed to thrive as an individual. And you go out and you take the knowledge and you do what with it? You throw it away in the moment of emotional immaturity. You throw the understanding of who you are away. So it kind of is like it's a slap in the face when it's like you know we know.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But I want my sisters to answer that question as well, because they be feeling we all feel the same way.
Yeah,
Like
it's disappointing. It's disappointing because when we're looking at each other, we're looking at each other to do our best. So when we see somebody go down to a low space, we're like, oh man, like that's not me. So we always are trying to, like, do things that's gonna snap that person out of that lower perspective or that unhealthy space that they're having, and we're like, come on, like, push through this, like, you can do it, because it's like very disappointing to see someone trip and fall. Although we do know and understand that everybody has their own journeys and they have to go through what they go through, but we sit here and we be like, but why, like, turn your back on the knowledge? Why disrespect Baba G? There's always a way to bow out in a way that's respectful. That's like, okay, I can't, like, I can't do this. I have to, go on another path. But it's like when you get into these spaces where you're not able to process thoughts correctly, and then you become disrespectful. It's like, okay, now we have to check that behavior because we're not going to allow that to happen. So it's disappointing to, like, see people fail, because we want to see the best. Like, I want to see you win. Like, that's a reflection of me if you're doing good, and so
That's true. And since I've been on the journey, it's been like a trend to, like, leave Carbonation, leave Baba G's life, and, like, talk shit about him. All these people saying all these things about Baba G, but Baba G gave us knowledge of self, and he took care of us. And at some point, you just have to be like, okay, what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm living in truth. I know I'm doing the right thing. And at the end of the day, everybody's gonna have to bow down to the truth. Everybody's gonna have to come back to this. So, they're on their own journey. They're doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, we're gonna win. So you just have to keep going because everybody's doing. Like at this point, everybody's doing it. So it's like you can't let it get to you as much because we're still on our journey too. So we have to keep going and like keep rising above the hate because it's gonna keep happening.
Yeah, because even though it's disappointing, we still have to keep going. Keep going. That's what you do. When somebody stabs you in the back, pull it out and keep going. That's all you can do.
It's better to pluck your eye out than to be in your lower self. It's better to pluck your eye out into the kingdom with that one eye.
Yeah, I really see it as like it all of the opposition, it exalts the Most High Chief Baba G. It exalts him because even though that they say lies and all of that, like they're never going to be able to destroy him. They're never going to be able to destroy the truth. Like you can't, like you said, they try to destroy it. Like you can't destroy the truth. You're not going to be able to destroy it.
Mama's
bag.
It's grateful.
You're not going to be able to destroy what is divine truth. So, whatever is said, it's like we understand that they're speaking from a projection of their own demons. And, although that is sad for them, it's like, that's their journey. And also what I've learned and what I've seen from the Most High Chief Baba G is that he's always dealing with his opposition in a way that it exalts him. He empowers him. He always uses it and turns it into something positive. He always takes a negative and turns it into something positive. So it just teaches us how to deal with our own opposition. And so really it's just a lesson of understanding how to be honorable, how to be loyal, how to be upright, virtuous women and not do what's easy and what is everybody is accepting or what's trending. It's to actually stand up and actually think for yourself and do something different that a lot of people are not willing to do. That's what true leaders do.
She was everything like and ran with it because
I like everybody said.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, exactly.
That's facts because loyalty is hard to come by these days, and that's exactly what this mission and what Baba G stands for. He's like, if you're gonna be loyal to the soil, be loyal to what you do, and stand and be committed. That's why we have the 3 C's. The first one is commitment. You come here, you're not committed, and you want to do something. It's like you don't know what you want to do in this life. If you come by lost souls, you come by people that are supposed to be here or feel like they don't want to. It's a whole bunch of what ifs and demons in themselves, and you have to be able to be like, there are stages. I'll be like, like, I'm not like that. I'll be like very repulsive, but then it's like, that's their program. There's something they have to learn. There's something they have to understand about themselves. What to show me about myself, and how do I want to respond when I get triggered? How do I want to be when I am faced with opposition? I don't want to play out those characteristics. So thank you for showing me what I should not be doing so that I can now do something better and be a higher self and show you what you should be doing. Because you didn't have the strength, but I'll carry my ankh for you so you can see what I'm doing and you can be inspired and come back onto your path.
That's a fact.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So my final question is for Zoka. Zoka, your relationship with Solar is just beautiful to watch. I can tell that there is, good energy between both of you. Like the love is there. So my question to you, Zoka, is what attracted you to Solar? Among all the guys that is at Carbon Nation, why did you pick Solar, to be your man?
I don't even see I picked Solar. I would say that when I was waking up in the knowledge, I'll be in the lives and the downloads. And he messaged me and he said, what's your chart? He saw my chart or something like that. And I just was like, he gave me just the facts. If I wanted like literally a study guide to the knowledge, he is the answer key. If you need the step-by-step guide to get out of Babylon, is Captain Solar, because he literally helps me with understanding the intricate things and trying to be like, I don't understand this. Can you clarify this? Like it was like he was very much an angel in helping me get out of Babylon because I needed guidance, and he was the perfect catalyst. And I see that he is a direct, like he reflects me. He shows me things I have to work on in myself and be like, oh wow, like you do that and I don't like that, but I do it too. So it's like I'd be able to see that, and I'm grateful that he helped me. But he teaches Baba G's knowledge. He teaches it very well, so I can be able to understand it. So that's what it was when he really kept giving me knowledge every day, every day, every day. So that's what really kept me like, okay, good, like kept me on the path and like stop, don't even like, yeah, he was very good teacher, very good student. Oh,
Okay.
what happened?
Love myself. She said bye.
Oh, okay.
What else?
I don't know why that question was
Hi.
Bye.
Peace. I had one question, but Nature Boy, I was muted because I had said that there was an echo in the room. So I just wanted to know if you guys could unmute me, if possible. And then I do have a question for the ladies. What is your perspective on abortions? I would like to know.
They don't do those.
Wrong.
What is our view
on abortions?
They looked at you like an elephant would look at you like, what? Like,
right.
They go in tune with nature. They like, what?
No, I just
Like,
want to know what your perspective is on it. Like, I just want to know.
well, we not in that society, so
Yeah, I don't have a perspective.
it's kind of like.
Oh, you guys don't believe you don't believe in abortions. Okay.
No.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, no, I just said, I basically was just like, oh, it's an echo when Thea was up here, and then Jax muted me.
I don't know, because that question,
Okay, is there another question you got?
No, I just wanted those two questions.
Okay, baby.
Well, you
have a beautiful night.
Thank you.
Why y'all pick her? Y'all ain't go online.
Oh shit. Hold on. Hey you guys, how are you doing?
Peace,
How you doing?
How are you?
Questions. I'm okay. I'm not feeling well today, so just don't mind me. So, a lot of people, right, can you hear me? It's Jamaica. It's Jamaica.
Hey.
Oh, I thought she was looking at what flag is that. I really love it. Oh, it's my favorite.
Okay.
Okay. So I have a question about the polygamy, right?
Right.
So I know a lot of people say they disagree and all of that, but for my life and with me having an illness, polygamy makes sense, right? Because I would prefer to pick the next person so that I know she won't pinch my baby, right? So I would like that person to get to know me, get to know who I am, like me, care about me, whatever the deal may be. However, no man in my life is down with that mess. They're like, I eat it to take my far. So, so what I want to know is, the first part of my question is, how do you approach that? Like, because every time I talk about it, they really be like, are you nuts? And I'm trying to explain to them, because I have this illness and because, whatever the situation is going to be, I want to have someone there for the times that I'm not feeling well, and for the times that I need help with the baby, and for the times that I'm away in the hospital for a while. Like, I want someone else there. You know what I mean? But the man is not down with it. I guess you guys found somebody that's already down with it, and y'all are lucky. But these real men out here are not down with it.
Wait, what? The real men out here?
Like out here in this world.
Yeah, the women are okay, agree of polygamy.
Right.
Yeah, the men you're attracting aren't real men. They're probably betas, and they're scared to tap into that.
But you have to understand that not every man is a
relationship.
No, you have to understand
What's happening? I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing.
Yeah, y'all breaking up, but we gonna wait for them to come back in.
Well, she need to change her diet and environment and get
Right.
herself together. Talking
Yeah,
about.
first change your diet and your environment.
Because shouldn't be sick.
Can you hear us? I think it's her.
You was kind of going in and out while you was talking. We could hear that you said change your diet.
Well, put it on your table. Be careful.
Yeah, she has to change her diet.
Yeah, baby.
Her health.
Get your toys ready. If you want your toys, look for water toys.
No! Why would you?
Really? They
Who's
be,
that?
I don't know. I think they do that on. Y'all didn't see it? I feel like they get banned. You have to get banned now. Put hearts in the room. Put hearts in the room. Throw it up. Throw it up. Throw it up.
Who did that and why?
Please put hearts. Please put hearts.
Hearts.
Heart.
Girl. I'm sorry.
Why was y'all screaming like that?
That's so damn nasty.
I was like, no.
Oh,
Okay.
That's my energy.
Peace,
Okay.
God.
Peace, guys.
Peace.
Peace, God.
Y'all are really pretty. Okay. So I'm gonna ask
You
you a
are
question.
you.
Thank you. So I'm listening to you guys, and so boom, you get out the system, you quit your job, you move, you give your kid back to his father. Then what do you do? Like money wise, like what do you?
Be aware. You don't think about getting no money.
Are you looking to join the frequency? Join the family? Or you just quitting your job and sending your child off to the father? Like what is your agenda? What's your purpose? What you trying to do?
Okay, so I'm already married, so me and my husband were kind of like discussing like basically we just don't we both in the military and it's just not what we want to do. We did it because we wanted to get away from home and our parents and stuff like that, but we both have different things that we want to do in life. We just assumed that was going to be the right thing to do because it provided money. And I was just bringing up the topic of like, maybe the money don't matter. Maybe we should just do what we want to do and like how we were going to do that. So when I was hearing y'all talk, I was like, okay.
What is it that you want to do?
He wanted to do the art and I wanted to pursue music and just kind of eat better, live a better lifestyle, and think things along that line.
And so you want to do that in Babylon? Like you want to live that life in Babylon? As you quit your job, as you get into being creative, finding yourself, you want to do all of that in Babylon?
I don't really think that's possible. Like I really think if I did those things and like here, it would mean me being homeless, like it not bearing a lot here, if that makes sense. If I did those things here, then I wouldn't have a way to like 100% provide for myself and my child.
Yeah, that perspective will always have you poor. That's a poor perspective. So.
She's not giving
up.
Yeah, go look up the Bible verse.
Why would you do on that earlier?
Yeah,
You said quit your job?
Come on. Peace, God.
Oh,
Peace, God.
Hi, how are you, love?
Good. So good.
I have a question for you guys. In the times of frustration, maybe there's conflict between you guys.
You are breaking up very badly.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's your fan. I don't know.
I just want in and out.
I don't know.
It's not your friend.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, cool. Okay, so my question is, I'm pretty sure that there's times or moments where you have frustration or between each other or whatever. So I was trying to figure out, how do you guys deal with that frustration when that does come along? Like, do you guys handle that amongst yourselves, or does Nature Boy get involved, just kind of mediate? How does that work?
Yeah, we have the knowledge. The Most Honorable Chief Babaji, he's given us what to do in those situations. And we have the 3 C's. So the second C is to communicate. So you don't walk around, someone gives you a little attitude, you don't walk around like, oh, she gave me attitude, I'm gonna walk away and hold this energy. No, you sit there and be like, sis, like, what's this energy? I feel like da-da-da-da. You express how that made you feel, because all anger comes from hurt, and hurt comes from misunderstanding. So we have to gain clarity, so we're not walking around with same attitudes. And if there's not balance between us conversing one-on-one, we bring a woman